G'day guys, thanks for stopping by to the Real Australian Dream Tour Diaries. Our names are Hayden and Amber, and we're on a mission to raise $50,000 for critically ill kids by playing music in caravan parks and campgrounds. We're going to be taking you behind the scenes of our lives on the road, as well as showing you around this amazing joint called Australia. Hope you enjoy this episode.
Well team, welcome back to another episode. As you can see, I'm on a beautiful WA beach and I've got another cracker to show you guys around so that you can put on your list for the next WA adventure. Mate, it's all sunshine and rainbows and I can't wait to show you guys this place. Let's go have a look. Well, how good does that look, guys? As always, I've got the leader expedition, so I'm going to give you guys a rundown on this place. And to begin with, let's start with access. We've got about 10 kilometers of dirt road, but for those of you guys in motorhomes, two-wheel drives, tents, don't fear because it is accessible to all vehicles. Let's talk about price, $15 per night. That's per site, so that's all it costs regardless of how many kids or adults there are on your site. It works off an honesty box system scenario, so there's envelopes near the toilets and you can fill your envelope in, put your cash in, that is right, cash only, and then put the receipt on your dash. In terms of sites, there's only 18 sites here, so it's a nice small compact campground. But in saying that, I'm on site 13 right now, and I can't see anyone around me because you have these bush areas that separate all of the camps from one another. In terms of a preferred site, I think they're all pretty good, guys. Look at the site map, but you know, the good thing about it, it's actually been blowing its guts out for the last couple of days. But the campground's that little bit away from the beach, not too far. It's only a 2-minute walk. But you're still not getting blown, you're not tying down your toupee by any means, which has been good because you need a really good break from that wind sometimes, but you can have the best of both worlds here at Quaggai Beach. Facilities, guys, drop toilets, clean as a whistle, mate. Very impressed with the facilities here, and they've got bins as well. No dump point, so keep that in mind as well. Empty your dump point before you get here. There is a dump point either in Esperance, Hopeton, or there's a roadhouse just up the road, about 30 minutes as well if you're coming from the west. So keep that in mind as well. Now, in terms of the sites itself, most of the sites are pretty big. There's a couple that are, I guess, suitable for tents. But we're on site 13, as I said, and it's quite wide. We're not up against that fence. We're well and truly not up against that fence. And that's what I was telling you guys before. These bushes are surrounding us on each angle, which means there's no one around, or you can't really see anyone around you. So you do have that privacy. The beach is beautiful. I'm led to believe that the rock fishing is phenomenal. I went for a cast there yesterday, and I snapped me rod with a monster cast one. So unfortunately, I can't show you guys any fishing footage, but mate, I do have my rod here that's been buckled in two. I fought for about 15 minutes with something massive off the rocks there, and end up snapping my rod. So give rock fishing a go. And you've also got exploring here. You've got the Stokes National Park to explore, which is just 10 minutes down the road, and that takes you to Fenny Cove, which is pretty epic as well. So well team, good morning. Well, we are out and about this morning and we are headed to Stokes National Park and Fenny Cove. Apparently a pretty cool spot to explore. I got the spear gear in the car as well. I got the beach rod. We're gonna have a fish, hopefully, and apparently some pretty good forward driving to be had as well. So this little track to get to Stokes National Park, you'll see it on the way into the campground itself. It's not a very big, it's not well signed, so just keep an eye out on if you're coming out of the campground to the left, if you're coming in to the right, and it's soft immediately. So I've got the tyre deflators on now. I'm going to drop the tyres to about 28 PSI thereabouts, and that should hopefully get us through the soft stuff ahead. Anyway, we'll see you a bit later on. We are at Fenny Cove, mate. Check this out. It is super protected too. So if you're looking at somewhere, escape the wind. Not that it's been overly windy, but it is a little bit windy here today. And it is nice, and you can see it behind me, mate. It's beautiful, beautiful water. So I'm just scoping up. There's a little headland up here. I'm just sort of going for a bit of a walk and sussing out any potential fishing. Apparently the rock fishing's pretty good around here. So I've got the beach rod, so I'm going to try and have a crack at that and maybe get the missus onto one. But also really want to try and have a crack at spearing something. So I'm looking for a bit of ground to sound out at the moment for that, without becoming shark bait. You know, I'm a bit apprehensive. This is great white territory, they tell me down here, so I want to return with all 4 limbs. So if I can find something that looks pretty safe, then we'll be having a crack. Well, no luck spear fishing. Saw a couple of interesting little parts of interesting little fish, I should say. So we've plan B is to take a bag of squid, the beach rod, and see what we can get. So let's have a crack at that. Beautiful little bay. You wouldn't know it, but it's actually blowing a pretty reasonable breeze now, and as you can see behind me, I'll just show you guys the water here. It is beautiful. Beautiful bay with no waves, completely calm, a perfect spot for kids, guys. We've been down here having a bit of a swim for a couple of hours. I've gone for a quick spear. Unfortunately, there's not a lot getting around that I'm comfortable with. Probably around the point there'll be a fair bit more action with the swell and whatnot going on. I gave that a miss today. Again, with beach fishing, some pretty good beach fishing to be had there, I reckon, too, but the swell's up, wind's up. So we had a bit of a crack, but not much getting around. But anyway, put this on your list. It's only about 20 minutes, half an hour from camp, and it's a good little thing to get out and do on the day. And particularly, it's a little bit more calmer than the beach at the campground, so it's perfect for kids. Anyway, we'll see you back at camp. Now, guys, keep in mind, as you can probably see behind us, this is dog friendly as well. So we're taking the dogs for a bit of a walk along the beach this morning. There is a few surrounding farmlands that you do need to be careful of for 1080 bait, so keep that in mind. But we find on the beach is relatively safe for the most part. Keep them close, don't let them eat anything, and you should be fine. So dog friendly campground's always a plus. Now the beach here, guys, is pretty bloody good, eh? Like, it's not overly, today, I wouldn't call today a calm day by any means. There's still a bit of wind getting around, and so it's not exactly pristine. But as you can see behind me, the swell, the waves aren't too bad. And if you go to the right as you walk down the stairs to the beach, if you cut right, there's like a little bay that's actually really good for swimming. There's not a lot of swell, and it's a lot more kid friendly. But out here, guys, makes the perfect little waves for having a bit of a surf, having a bit of a boogie board, and just frolicking in the waves. So yeah, really, really good beach. But southwest, or just south coast, it's bloody cold, the water. Now I thought that behind me was a rock. It's actually a shipwreck. A little boat's obviously gone down on the rocks here and washed up ashore or something. So yeah, that might be something cool for the kids to explore. As I said, it's a little bit of a bit rough out there at the moment, but I have a couple of days ago when there was no wind around, it was quite calm in through all here. So might be a cool, and the low tide as well. It's high tide at the moment, so low tide might unveil it. So keep that in mind. Come down and have a look at the shipwreck.
What do I believe? What makes me feel it to write you this song? 2 hours a day, 5 months and a year. Oh, I loved you too long. You keep blowing me out, I keep holding you in.
Well guys, there you have it. That is Quageye Beach Camp for 15 bucks, mate. You can't complain about this place. Absolute gem of a spot, so make sure you put it on your list. But before I go, don't forget to please subscribe. It helps us so much more than you know. Like and share, and also go to our socials, The Real Australian Dream, and follow us for more content there. Anyway, until next time, take care, and we'll see you soon. Bye.
Tonight.